I want to share with you the best cold approach prospecting email that I've gotten in a long time. Now, this is from somebody who I didn't know, I had no prior contact with, and it was like I have no prior knowledge of them, anything like that, right? So it's completely cold outreach, and I don't even know how he found me at this point, but when I received it, I received it on two levels. I read it on two levels. The first was just the start of a conversation, and it was really easy to then have a quick email interchange exchange with him after receiving this email. And then on the other level is I immediately recognized this as a really powerful and yet deceivingly simple way of approaching a new client that you might want to work with. So I'm going to read the whole email to you, and it's short. It's short. The subject line was writing, just the word writing. And the email was, "Hey, Roy, do you work with or hire writers? John." "Hey, Roy, do you work with or hire writers? John." Why is this so powerful? I want to break this down, and in way more words than the actual email itself, I want to break down like why this was so powerful. Now, first off, let me answer that question. And the answer to the question is no, I'm not currently working with or hiring any outside writers. I have done it in the past, but right now my situation is not such that I'm looking to do that. So first off, this really speaks to a lesson taught by Dean Jackson. And his lesson is that this kind of emails should be short, personal, and expecting reply. So it was definitely short, right? It was personalized. It was personal in that he said Roy, right? But it was also personalized and personal in the fact that he could use the shorthand language of hiring or working with writers, which is in our world shorthand for copywriters. And he knows that that's language that would make sense to me. For someone else completely, that language may mean something different. Or in a different industry, that may not be the language that you would want to use. For example, like if you're approaching someone who's not used to working with people who call themselves copywriters, who's not used to speaking to people who are copywriters, who label themselves copywriters, the language that you use could be completely different. It could say, do you work with someone for your Facebook ads? Or do you have some situation going on that you'd like help with? Like, I don't know. Off the top of my head, I'm not coming up with something. But the point is that the language needs to be very different for the different recipient of the email. But in this case, like, he spoke my language. He was very clear about speaking my language, which is, hey, do you work with or hire writers, right? But really, like, the most powerful part of this is the expecting reply part. It opens a conversation, and most importantly, this conversation, it's a yes/no question, but that yes or no is not forcing a buying decision or an expression of interest in him in particular. It's saying, like, is this something that you do independent of me, independent of any interest that you may have in me, my services, whatever? Is this something that you do? And that makes it a really easy conversation to have, because there's no pressure for me to either accept or reject him. It is, in that sense, it's an anti-rejection prospecting email. It's a, oh my goodness, I'm thinking of somebody who's actually a viewer here of my videos, a subscriber. And the one thing that he might actually do, and you know who you are when you hear this, one thing that you might actually do when you approach a business might be, does your restaurant have fish on the menu? Right? It's such a simple question. Like, does your restaurant serve fish? And it's such a simple opening question. It's yes or no. And then it starts a conversation that could lead to, presumably there's something having to do with fish with that service. And again, you know who you are, right? But it's anti-rejection because it's not like, would you be interested in a better deal on this fish? Would you be interested in working with a copywriter who has this qualification? Hey, I'd like you to hire me for writing a sales letter for you, whatever. Like, it opens this conversation, but it doesn't force the buying decision. And that's like so powerful. So one of two things is going to happen when you send out an email like this. They're going to say no, in which case there should probably be a simple but accepting response. Like in my case, when I said no, I don't work with or hire writers right now. Like there's not much that you can, not many places you can go from there, right? In the case of like, does your restaurant have fish on the menu, or does your restaurant serve fish? Maybe it would be something that even if they say no, it's something that they're thinking about, right? Or something that they've considered putting on the menu. And so so a response to no could be, well, have you ever considered adding fish dishes to your menu, but you're not quite sure where to start? Something like that, where you're, again, starting the conversation. If it's yes, then the conversation looks different. You know, what kinds of projects do you work with writers on? What does it take to work with you? What kinds of writers do you work with? Questions like that, or for anything that might be an opening, you can do something that's even more powerful. And you can say, hey, I would love to chat with you about your needs and figure out if there's any way that I could help out. Hey, I'd like to chat with you about your needs and figure out if there's any way I could help out. It's, again, like no pressure. There is the possibility for rejection there. There is the possibility that somebody's going to be like, well, no, I don't have time. But if they are legitimately interested in working with someone who's able to solve the problem that you're able to solve, that provides the service that you provide, then it's a very easy way. Like, you're not trying to pre-sell them or anything. It's, hey, I'd like to talk to you about what's going on with your needs and how I might be able to help. So, like, this is simple. And selling doesn't have to be hard or forceful or gimmicky or manipulative or whatever, especially when you're selling like a professional service or something higher end to a where the relationship beyond the sale is important. And let's be honest, like if you want to build any healthy business, the relationship beyond the sale is important. But this is so powerful because it's such a soft opening, but it starts that conversation. It's short, it's personal, it expects the reply of the conversation. And then you can take it the next level by having a clear path from, oh yeah, that's actually like something that I am dealing with right now, to like, okay, well, let's have a conversation about your needs. Now I'm actually building and have built my entire client getting blueprint training around this. And I have already released all of the content on building your first offer for a client business. And I will be adding within the next couple of days here, I'm going to be adding a lot about how to actually then structure your client intake system and how to start reaching out. And this video in particular, this cold approach prospecting email, is like a great start to that. How to start reaching out to those clients in a way that's very, I want to say soft, but it's like the martial arts principle of be like water, where water can smash through things and destroy things on a massive scale, but it also moves around things and moves fluidly through and past things. And this is kind of a be like water cold approach to prospecting. So if you're interested in going deeper on all of this and growing your client business, check out the link in the description to the Client Getting Blueprint. It's training that's in development, but there's already a ton of value in there, and there will only be more value if you become a BTMS Insiders member and have access to that as it grows. And if you like this video, if you like this content, be sure that you like it. Tell the magical algorithms to share it with other people like you. You can share it yourself too with people who might find it valuable. Comment, share your biggest takeaway or how this might impact your prospecting strategy, and subscribe. If you're not yet subscribed here, be sure to do that. Also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com for even more content from me. So with that, my name is Roy Furr. This has been a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets, and I look forward to seeing you again in your next Video Friday, or not just Video Friday, in your next video issue. I'll see you again soon. Bye.